All right, let's see if the audio is coming through now. Okay, let me see. So someone said it's coming through. I'm over here pressing all kind of buttons. I was trying to make it so that I have to have video and audio because sometimes we all know that that kind of taxes the system, especially when I'm working on Photoshop and live streaming. Photoshop is a resource hog, as we all know. So hopefully I'm just not talking for nothing and y'all can hear me, maybe. Let's see. Yes. Hey. All right. So if it gets too laggy, I'm going to turn off the video and see if this works with just the sound in the video, if we get a little laggy. And then outside of that, we'll figure it out. We always do. We're trying out this new system. So it looks like everybody commenting right now is on YouTube. So that's good. That means I can see your name. I can see your comments. So anyone that's over on Facebook right now, come on over to the YouTube itch. I'm gonna go ahead and hide that. So since you all can see my screen, now another thing is I can't get it to layer the image like somewhere arbitrarily on the screen, or maybe I can. Let me see. Nope, I cannot. So if my picture here is really not necessary, okay? So you all can see if you prefer to see the screen that I'm working on better and it makes it more legible, let me know and I'll remove the video, okay? I'm just trying out some things with this new little stream thing. All right, so I'm working on right now basically a process for changing the flesh tone here on the image. So this has been a fun little process. And let me release that clipping mask. And what we're going to do is we're going to transition this design out. And of course, we'll make it sort of a like just a adorable little love theme and not necessarily a remembrance theme. So I'm going to go ahead and show everything with the holographic layout that we did before. So I'm going to bring back my clouds. Then we're going to do a little bit of recoloring once this is done. And we had the wing accents. We could do them the holographic, or we could do a flat color overlay. All right, so if you all remember, this is kind of where we left off last time. Now what I'm going to do is I still have to play with these hands, and I should have done it offline because it takes a lot of RAM for it to do the color overlays and all of the different ways that I kind of test how I want the image to recolor. But we're going to do it live and see. I'll do it towards the end though, because I don't want it to take up all the time. And just in case I have a little lag in the computer, then we can like turn off the video and get that to work. All right, so let me go ahead and let's show you the image that we're going to work on. Let's do remove BG. All right, and we're just going to drag and drop the image from our folder right here. And we have a little cutie patootie, compliments of Mary Sanders. Mary's been with us for quite some time. All right, so, and we're going to use this also to kind of come up with our color scheme. So this little one is going to be the focus of the remix of the design. Let me go ahead and put this on my desktop folder. And this is also going to be for class number 124. What we're going to do is we're going to work on some of these things where I am showing y'all how to do color change, not just for the image, but for the flesh tones. We're also going to make our own layer mask. Y'all can tell I can't do two things at once. I'm looking for my desktop and a 124. And this remove BG did a good job of getting the background out of there. I don't have to do anything to the image. So that is definitely a plus. Now what I'm going to do is replace the image. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to look for the existing photo. So I'm going to rename this one as photo 1. And then we're going to bring in the new photo right on top of it. So that's why I like to have the photo layer selected before I drag and drop my new image in. And of course I put it in the folder. Right, I'm going to drag and drop it right onto the artboard here. As you see, that's our cutie patootie right there. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter to lock in that transformation. I'm going to keep it this size for right now because I'm going to determine whether I want the image to just stay inside of the heart, whether I want to do a pop out. You know, we'll kind of determine that. I'm going to turn off the existing image. And then I don't need to fade the photo here off at the end because it is a complete cutoff. So it even has his full shoes in there. So that works out perfect. Now for right now, because I'm still working on the flesh here, I'm going to take the layer for the hands. And we're going to turn this layer off right now. And the same thing with the wings. We're going to grab the wings. We're going to turn off the wing accents. And then we're also going to turn off the wings themselves. And here we can choose to kind of stay with the cloud confetti and the holographic theme, but I'm going to show you how to change out the colors and everything too. So like I said, this is pretty much a dry run of what we're going to be doing in class, except for in class, I will be able to help you. You know, if you get stuck, I'll be able to pull you out. I'll be able to see your screen. And if I need to, I can even use my mouse to click on your screen and help you out there. So now I'm just moving the image around here. I'm going to see what it looks like with him inside the heart. And then we'll also get to change the text out. So we'll be doing all that. So right now what I'm trying to do is kind of discover how I want my colors to go here. So I'm kind of doing this smart color here just to give me an idea of what I want to recolor. So I'm going to drag this smart color down to the background layer. And this is basically going to be like a general just recolor. And I'm playing with my blend modes here to get an idea of what I want to see. And then I'll build from there. Oh, that does a really cool thing with the hologram. I like that. Or the holographic colors. Oh, I keep saying a hologram. All right. Let me find best combination here. All right, so here's the difference between hue and color. Color is going to recolor everything, including your white, blacks, and grayscales, and it's going to give it the tint of the color. Hue will only recolor colors. So if you have white, black, or gray, it will leave those areas white, black, or gray, and it'll recolor anything that has any hue of color. It'll recolor it with the current hue. So I toggle between these quite often. Right. So the idea here with the smart color is that I want you to be able to click on this, change it out, and everywhere that you use this particular color will update. And I've been doing that a little bit in these newer templates because I know that sometimes I give you too many options with all the layers and it gets to be a little bit overwhelming. So this is one of those ones I did not want to be overwhelming. I wanted it to have a big impact, but not require so much of alteration, except for the things that I want you to learn in this lesson. So what we're going to be learning in this lesson is how to create a layer mask. And let me show you what that looks like. So the layer mask is what we're going to focus on. I'm going to teach you all how to create your own. And then we're going to focus on recoloring the image where the arms are. But this is so cute already. So let me go back. I'm going to change the color scheme here. And I can even make it a little bit darker. And let's say I wanted to bring our little one in here so I can kind of pull the color maybe from his outfit. So I'm going to, instead of changing this color, I'm going to right click, I'm going to duplicate the layer, and I'm going to double click on the swatch. Let me change it to maybe a darker color there. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the photo because I don't want to just keep images there, because the more intricate your layers are, the more difficult it's going to be to edit this in the future because it will be a larger file. So we're going to practice using what we need, and once we get it to a good place, we're going to clean it up. Let's see, right now I'm going to be on the color, the smart color for the background. It's on color. I'm going to change it to hue. And then I'm going to change it back to color so you can see that difference there. I think both of them kind of do their thing. But I want to see a little more depth. So for instance, I just put it on darken and you see some of the dark areas kind of pop out a little bit more. So I like that. And let's see anywhere else that we may want to recolor. The image itself, I'm going to let stay the full color. And just in case, I'm going to replace the image right now just so that when I bring the wings and stuff back in, that will be for the Remembrance image. Where are my wings? Here we go. They're the accents for the wings. And the wings themselves are here. All right, so I'm going to take the smart color and I'm going to let it, number one, recolor the accents that go with the wings. And that's basically, of course, I dropped it in the folder. So the difference between dropping something in a folder, you'll see it highlights the whole folder layer. If I want it outside of that folder, it turns into two double blue lines there. Let's see, I want this to just be for the wing accent. So I'm going to hover just over the wing accents folder. And then I'm going to right click and create a clipping mask. So now you see how that color just went over the areas where either we had the white color overlay or we had that holographic color there. So I'm just recoloring it with the smart color. That way, when I change the smart color one time, it's going to recolor my whole image. Let's see what else. So like I said, I'm still working on the hands here, but I might as well go ahead and try this out now. I'm going to bring a version of the smart color right above the hands and see if this is an easy way to recolor here. And let me go ahead and turn on the layer mask to fade off the arms there. All right. And this time, instead of color, I might want to choose a different blend mode. I think I'm going to do multiply. I need to move these clouds just a little bit, or let's take the clouds right now and just turn them off for a second. I want to see if I'm recoloring this the way that I want to. And in this case, I think I'm going to use a gradient map to recolor. Let's bring our little one in here. I'm just going to bring image in here because I want to see if I can recolor this with his skin tone. So I haven't taught y'all about gradient maps. Maybe I demonstrated it once before. And I'm going to do my best to use a gradient map here to do the flesh tones just so that I can replace the grayscale with the skin tone. And what I'm going to do is just use my color picker here to pick like the darkest areas, which will be like in the shadows, because you have to remember you're recreating the shadows and all. And this is where the computer starts to stall a little bit. So my apologies if y'all experience that at all. I'm gonna just go ahead and grab some black, but I'm just gonna grab black from the picture. That black has a little bit of green in it. So I'm gonna go to my color stop and pull it to the neutral side. So it has no tint in it, no tint of any hue in it. All right, and then the next one, I'm gonna pick like a really dark color that's close to that shadow and pull it down to where the shadow is. Then I'm gonna make another color stop. And this one, I'm gonna select a more mid-tone. And we're gonna move these around as we go too. Next color stop, let's do a slight highlight. And then for the last one, let's change that to like the highlight maybe on his cheeks there. Okay, so these are some of the colors that are in this image. And then what you have to do for a gradient map is you're almost imagining how you would replace the blacks and the whites of the image with color here. And sometimes you'll see that you need another break there. Let's do a little bit darker there. I'm just dragging my mouse right now. All right. Okay, so I have my own little gradient map here, which reflects the colors in the skin tone here, but I also need to adjust my levels here. And let me make sure my levels aren't messing with my background. Okay, so the level should just be affecting the hands in the group here. So I may have to change the shadows, highlights, and midtones to reflect what details I want to pick up. So how much shadow I want in it, how much of a highlight. And you see and let me turn the color off for just a moment so you can see. Oh, that's black and white. Okay, so what you see me doing here is playing with the grayscale. And that grayscale is going to help us to apply this gradient map better. And if we don't need this black and white layer on because it is black and white here. All right, so this hand has a little more shadow than the other hand, but I'm gonna let it stay that way just so it looks like there's a difference in the hands there. And once I kind of get this right, you won't have to do it over again. You'll just be changing the gradient map there, depending on what you're wanting to work with. Now, when I turn this off and turn this off, I want to kind of match up levels here. And okay, so I'm just trying to see if I want to do this as a monochromatic scheme, how I can also use the smart color. So the smart color, I'll probably use a different blend mode just because I want to get a hint of the colors, but I don't want to recolor the image with that, that teal color there. So maybe screen kind of lets it show through a little bit. Overlay sort of does it. And then of course we can keep these grayscale as well. Let's go with color. All right, so we have, I'm going to call this one skin tone, and then this one will be the smart color for the hands. We'll call this the black and white for the hands. All right, so we have all those elements. Now, if we want to turn the smart color off everywhere that the smart color is, instead of finding everywhere it is and turn it off, we can actually go to the smart color, turn off the visibility of everything, say yes, we want to save. And then everywhere that we had the smart color applied, the smart color is still there. It's just transparent, 100% transparent, no color applied to it. And then if we ever want to bring a color back, we'll double click on it, turn on the color, and save. So that should do what we want. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring back the mask. Let's recolor. The hands, I'm going to just name that levels. So you may end up manipulating the levels depending on which type of skin tone you're trying to achieve here. Let's go ahead and make sure everything works here. Yep. And then the next thing I'm going to show you is that you can do a gradient for your smart color. So let's go ahead and do a gradient here. And this is a gradient to transparent. So let's go ahead and let's pick a gradient that already exists just to kind of give you an example. Let me see something that might contrast against what we already have. Let's do it like a sunset. There we go. Something nice and warm. I'm going to go ahead and save the layers now, see what it looks like, update it. Cool stuff. And then, of course, we can change the gradient up. We can change the gradient to where we have the same color repeat a few times just so that it shows up again. So I'm going to click on this darker orange here, click otherwise on the time or the color line here, and it just duplicated that orange. And let's see that difference there. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Update that. All right. And now everywhere that I see this color, and it looks like the other color looked a little bit better down here. But let's play with the blend mode down there and see if that's absolutely true. So now for my background, my blend mode was on color. Oh, I know what I need to do. Let me put a black and white layer above this one. Then that way, whatever colors are underneath here, we don't have to worry about it competing with if we change the blend mode to something other than color or hue. So let's start from the top here. We'll choose darken and then just kind of use the down arrows to select a blend mode. Now that was interesting, the color burn. Let it look like it was really metallic there. And keep in mind, I have not changed any of my holographic colors. This is just applying a color or a gradient and changing the blend mode only. So I'm like an overlay for the top, but like I said, the bottom kind of gives me a little more to desire as far as wanting to see that detail pop a little bit more. Pen light looks really cool. I think I like pen light. Now, and each color combination is going to play with the blend modes a little different. So you'll just have to kind of decide for yourself which one does better. Now, the subtract looks really good, but I would rather pick my blue than let it invert the orange to blue. The orange and blue are complementary colors, so that particular option will just flip the colors. Let's see, so color here. I said I like color, I liked pen light. But I'm thinking down here at the bottom. The color could be a lot more intense down here. So in that regard, let me just do a new gradient that'll just be down here for the bottom. And then I'm definitely going to do it to transparent, but I'm going to start with the one color to transparent. So it's going to choose whatever foreground color you have plus transparent. So it'll just be those two. And then let's go ahead and change it. So instead of this beautiful little peach color, let's choose that orange there. Now this time I'm just going to choose a different blend mode. Now see how I still have peach kind of stored in this area here? Take that color and make it white so it won't fade to a random color that you don't see until you print something out. All right, so I have my orange in there, and I think I'm going to do something like multiply because I want that orange to look intense. But I still want to see the pattern through there. There we go. So yeah, I think multiply is what I want to see. And then of course I can pull down the opacity if I feel it's a little too much, or I can even play with a different blend mode. I just wanted to see some orange down there in that pattern. All right, so My gradient overlay works there. Now what I might do is flip my gradient overlay here. So for my holographic flare, come on, buddy. I am going to change this. So I'm going to Control T and I'm going to rotate this gradient now. Just kind of at an angle to see if I like that it doesn't necessarily follow the exact way that the gradient was before. All right, so I'm going to change that. And this is only applying to the wing accent, so I really can. Let me make that an exact 90-degree angle. I'm going to make this smaller so we get more of those gradations in there. And I think I will even, I'm going to do an angle instead of, I think I like it going kind of left to right. Let's make sure that angle is 90 degrees. There we go. And I'm just making this smaller so that I know it just only affects the wings, the accents of the wings. So I have to kind of make it go out a little bit because those accents kind of extend a little bit. All right, so when I press enter now, it doesn't exactly follow the initial kind of gradient that was there. It, you know, it's very subtle, but it flips it a little bit. All right, so anywhere else that I use my color, this is not visible right now. This is just something that you can click on. So smart color, double click to change. And then of course we have the clouds. Let's add those back. So let's say that we want to take this smart color and put over the clouds. And then I'm going to right click and create a clipping mask so that it only applies to the clouds. Now, of course, this is on color. It's not going to recolor white cloud, so I have to choose a different blend mode. And this is what we're really going to focus on. Blend modes. We're going to focus on the layer mask, of course, and just choosing colors in general. Let's see. Foreground clouds, I want to do it's got a color overlay on it right now, so let me make sure that I can change that. So I'm gonna turn these on, turn that one off, so that we should be able to affect this even with the color overlay on there right now. All right, let's do Control T so I can resize. Make sure we're going to cover the clouds completely. And right now, let me do normal, just so you can see. Normal is pretty much when you color clouds, normal is going to give you what you want because you'll still be able to see through the transparent areas of the clouds, but it might be a little too intense. So in that case, you may want to play with the opacity or play with the blend modes. And here, I'm thinking I might just want to leave these white. Bring this opacity down quite a bit. Yeah, because none of my other blend modes are giving me anything that I want to keep for the clouds. So I'll keep this on there, but I don't know. I guess it's just me kind of being partial. I like to see the white clouds, especially in the foreground. All right. All right, one more thing. I'm going to go to this one, and instead of a gradient fill, now I'm going to do a gradient map. So that's going to be a little different, a little more complicated. And let me save this gradient here. So a gradient map is going to go from dark to light. Let me save that one as is, and then I'm going to get rid of this one. And let's keep that the same. Let me save this one as well as a new one. Now let me see, I've never done a gradient map as a smart color. And as you can see, it's not going to show anything unless there is a gradient underneath. So let me see if this updates. I've never tried this before. No, it doesn't. So it needs that gradient. Even if I do it as a smart color, it needs that gradient immediately underneath it in order to recolor it. So let's keep that. Let's take the gradient map off. It'll make it simpler. And now I'm going to do a gradient. Kind of playing with the teal colors. So double click here. I'm going to click on the color stop. Let's grab that teal, the darker teal. I'm going to say okay, and then I'm going to turn off the darker teal, turn on the lighter teal, and replace this yellow with that lighter teal. And I think I'm going to lighten it up a little bit more. Just give me some variation there. And then maybe even the same thing with the darker teal. When I have like the skies and clouds and things of that nature, I like to have some extreme values there. All right, so let's see what our new gradient looks like. And it looks like it has some transparency there because I can see the checkerboard. So let me make sure that I'm on 100% here. Yep. For my opacity is 100% here. My opacity is 100%. I don't know why I see a little checker there. Maybe I'm just seeing stuff. Nope, there's got to be something here that is. Okay, so now I don't see it. And this one I am making like multiple stages of the gradient. And we'll see how that looks. Let's go ahead and save that gradient too. Might as well. And when we close out, make sure we save it so then it will update as a smart color. All right, so now that we have those different gradations, it kind of gives us a little bit of visual interest there. And then for this bottom one, this is where I just wanted to personally add a little more color. I can turn that off and it would have that nice kind of shiny light look to it. But if I wanted to bring that darkness back down there to the bottom, I can click on my gradient here. I can go down, select the one that we already created. And then I can kind of use that to recolor over this bottom area. And of course, I have the blend mode on multiply. The opacity is brought down. I can crank it up. And the other thing I need to do is make sure that this only applies to this lower area. So I'm going to apply layer mask here. You won't have to do that, it'll already be done. So I'm going to go from, have to do the black to transparent. So let's go foreground color to transparent. And then I'm going to choose black as my foreground color. And I'm going to start where I want to start fading off. Hold down Shift and drag it. And you'll notice that it's black up here because black is going to conceal. So that part that I recolored is concealed. And then underneath it is white, and that's where it's revealed. And if I ever want to disable my layer mask to recolor the whole background, I can. And see how it takes that darkness and applies it up there when I don't have the layer mask on? So that's kind of up to you whether you want to use that or not. So let's enable it. I kind of like it staying light up top and going dark down below. And that's it. I think I'm trying to make this more difficult than it needs to be. Y'all know me. All right, so for the text, so the initial text, let's do the color, the smart color on the text too. So initially the text has this sort of the holographic colors there. How can I universally change the text color? So let's take the smart color here. I'm going to alt click and drag it down into this layer, and I am going to right click. This is stalling on me a little bit. So this is supposed to be applying to the wings of love. I'm going to right click, create a clipping mask so that it only applies to the word wings of love. And the opacity right now is on 0. I'm going to crank it up to 100. And then I have to go into the effects here and make sure that the blending allows me to kind of overshadow what the effects are below it. Okay, you see how that kind of recolored that wings of love there? And then because I want to see all the gradations there, I'm going to Control T, and I'm going to kind of squish this down a little bit. All right, and then let's zoom in a little bit, see what that looks like. Control plus a couple times. There we are. So see how we get that little gradient inside of there? Now, once I'm done with this, we change that color one time, or we change that gradient one time, and it's going to recolor this whole thing. So that is the beauty of setting up your templates. All right, so I am duplicating that smart color there that we did for Wings of Love, and I'm applying it. I'm going to create a clipping mask so it applies to Heaven Sent. And I need to adjust my blending options here. Give it a little moment. So when I adjust these blending options, I end up checking off everything except the second one for the most part. And then I need to take and drag this layer or this element, drag it over into the Heaven Sent area so it will recolor that. And then of course, if you have text that's a little bit taller, a little bit, it shouldn't be any wider because I have it going all the way to the edge, then you have that kind of recolor option. Also, if I take these two and link them, when we change one, it will change. Or when we change the size, it would also change the colors. So I'm linking them right now. All right. Then the on the, we'll let that kind of pop out in a contrasting way. And I think that's it for my recolor. So let's test our recolor theme one more time. I'm going to go back to the orange and yellow. Just testing a few colors. I like to test gradients, light solid colors, and dark solid colors, just to kind of see if my color theory works with all of those different setups. And then I'm going to turn off this. This gradient fill here. I'm going to turn that off until we figure out all the different setups. All right, and this is a monochromatic scheme, but you can always choose any color scheme that you want. So that was the orange to the yellow, so that's the sunset theme. I'm going to do my solid color. It's kind of peach. See what that looks like. All right, cool, that one recolored well. Go back to our smart color. Let's try let's do the darker solid color teal now, because we just did a pastel color. And y'all forgive me, I've been so rude. I haven't checked over to see comments yet. Awesome. I'm glad you love the colors. Awesome, awesome. Okay, now, and these are just color suggestions. I don't want to overfill this with too many colors, but you get the idea here. You can pretty much mix and match your own theme here. I just wanted to make sure that these are universally working so that you don't have to worry about changing the blend modes for the most part, okay? Now, you may want to, let's do this. For the text, I'm going to turn off the drop shadow here. And then we're going to do a drop shadow for the entire group of text. That way, if we need to do an outline and a drop shadow, we do it all at one time. And we can clean it up. So if this, let's say this background is a little dark and that black needs to pop off a little bit more, then we can add a drop shadow if it's white, and then we can add a white stroke and a drop shadow if it's dark outline. So you'll see what I'm saying in just a moment. I'm going to take off the existing drop shadows there. That's it. And then for the whole group of text, we're going to, and this is why I like Photoshop over Affinity, because for Photoshop, I can have multiple strokes within a single object, or I can put the effects on the folders and put the effect on the parent folder, put a different effect on the child folder. Now you can do that in Affinity, but to do multiple strokes, for instance, on a single object, I have not seen that done in a way that I would be able to do, like duplicate in Affinity what I do in Photoshop. So I am going to add a stroke. I'm going to add a white stroke. And then I'm going to make sure that the opacity is on 100%. I feel this computer lagging a little bit. So y'all let me know if it's lagging to where you can't tell what I'm doing on the screen. And then the blend mode, I'm going to set to normal instead of multiply. And then I'm going to increase the size here so that I see the stroke. And then I'm going to decrease the size by number just to see what is visually appealing to me. So I just put in 10 and I was going to say I don't see it, but that's because it's taking a little time to render. So let me put in 5 because 10 was a little thick. And now it's changing my opacity. Let me just give it a little time to update here. So I guess I thought that this StreamYard was going to be better for streaming, but it looks like it's slowing my program down more. That means it's probably using up a lot more of my computer resources. So we'll see. Y'all let me know microphone wise, viewing wise, whether this type of setup is better, or you liked it better before, or we were just doing straight YouTube. My size is still looking huge. I'm thinking that this is not updating anymore. I'm gonna just say okay, and then I'm gonna try this again. Because a 5-point stroke should not be that big. And it's not showing opaque, so it's giving me less opacity than I have here. And it may have something to do too with my, let me go to my blending options for this group, for this whole folder. Come on, buddy. And another thing, let me make sure I don't have a glow, because if I have a glow, then that means it's trying to outline the glow, and that's not going to be any good either. So let me go down to my text and see what I have activated there as far as my effects. I have an inner glow. Yep, I do have an outer glow on, so that is my fault. I have to turn the outer glow off. And as a matter of fact, I could copy this layer style, paste it here so that I preserve it. And then I'm going to just turn off the, just like I turn off the drop shadow, I'm going to turn off the outer glow. So that's why that was looking funky there. Outer glow, turn it off. And we should see that start to update. I'm giving it a little time, y'all. I'm not used to my computer being this this bogged down, so this is really bothering me right now. All right, we'll turn off this outer glow as well, and now it's starting to trap that outline to the outside of the image there. All right, and then I am going to remove the gradient overlay, the pattern overlay. I'm going to take off the inner glow. The only thing I really want is the stroke and drop shadow really on this top layer. And of course, I was doing that to the wings above. This is taking way too long to update. Okay. Yeah. Let me copy the layer style from Heaven Sent because I just messed up. Copy layer style and paste layer style. Then I don't have to remember what I just turned off. All right, so I'm going to turn off this video and see if my Photoshop runs smoother, because this is not, my computer usually does not run like this. So let me know if you can still hear me when I turn off the video, okay? Okay. That, and then I'm going to show just the full screen there. Let me know if you all can still hear me, okay? And before I start talking again, I'll wait for some type of response. Okay, good. All right, so let's see if my computer is going to do a little bit better now. So for the text, I'm going to remove everything except for the drop shadow, and even if you don't see an eyeball there, if you see the name here, there is an eyeball hidden. So just to let you all know, it's there. So I'm turning off everything except for probably that final stroke. And you can get fancy here. You can do multiple strokes. Like I said, I appreciate Photoshop just for the fact that I can do my multiple strokes. All right, and what we're going to do is a contrasting stroke. So because it already had a black outline, now we're going to go make a white outline. So we'll choose the color here. We'll choose white. All right, there it goes. And because I only want stroke and drop shadow here, I'm going to go ahead and delete the hidden effects. That doesn't mean that you can't go and add other effects. It just means you won't see that whole list, that whole drop down list of all of those options. And that's really helpful, a really helpful feature in Photoshop. So let's say you copy and paste your layer style from one thing to another. You don't have to show all of these here, although I want to show them because they're options for you to change the color overlay. So I will just truncate these, and that works out. Let's double check. Let's use the heat theme. Let me do another gradient. Let's do gradient here, and this is how you'll do a fresh new gradient too. And these were the iridescent ones that are already there. Remember, we started building our own color palette last time. So those are there. Pastels. No, I want something a little, something that kind of punches up color. There we go. So I'm going to start with that one, but I'm going to kind of do something a little bit more extreme. So I'm going to put some darker pinks in there. I have a little coral there. I'm going to put a little bit of bolder orange there. And then instead of this time, instead of, let's go ahead and say that is a new swatch. All right, new swatch. Now, instead of doing this one as a linear, I'm gonna switch it up. Let's do, let's do angle. All right, now I told y'all for angle, anytime you use angle, you have to start with the same color that you finish. Otherwise, you'll get this harsh line unless you want that effect. So in order to do that, what I do is I click on the color from one extreme, click somewhere in a blank area down at the bottom of the color line, and it repeats that color. And there I have my continuation there. See that? All right, so I'm going to hit OK now. And now this time, instead of a linear gradient, we're going to see this angle one kind of do its thing. Let's see what happens. And of course, I saved the color swatch. This is a little bit more difficult of a color arrangement here, but you see now the color kind of chases around the clock. You see that? And then if I wanted to change the blend mode for the back, because like I said, down here, it looks a little, it does look metallic, but it does look a little washed out. So if you want to change that, then you just change how your color applies here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to redo. So I'm going to take the same smart color and I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to take this fade off layer mask that I did and drag it down here to this smart color. Get rid of that one. I'm moving too fast now. Let me let the computer catch up with me before I delete something that I don't want. And then that blend mode was on multiply. So I'm going to change the blend mode here to multiply. But it's only going to happen for the part down here at the bottom. All right, so you'll see this one is still on the blend mode of color. This one is now on multiply. And then, of course, I can bring down the opacity if I want, or even change the blend mode. Okay, see, I lightened it up a little bit to 70 opacity, and it just gave me a little more punch of color. All right, so that's going to be completely up to y'all whenever you do your masterpiece. Like I said, my objective here is to make sure that whatever we do kind of has a universally acceptable end result. So you only have to do very minimal to change this out. And see how we have the radial color change here too? From the pink and orange, it's not just a linear, you know, top to bottom or left to right result. So I like that. All right, so back to changing it to our little one now. I just wanted to make sure that everything worked out before we got to our final change. So this is essentially how you would see it. And I'm going to take off our wing accents for this part. And you should not have to mess with the flares, but if you do, they are in there. All right, and then we'll take off the wings and just leave the heart. I'm going to call this wings isolated, so you'll know that those are the wings just by themselves. All right, and next, we're going to go to the photo here. So I'm going to right click and click on photo 1. And then for Mary Sanders, Mary, make sure that you let Erica Kane know in the Innate Creatives Facebook group that you want a template. And as a matter of fact, I will also give you the access to the class, okay? So that you will not just be collecting it, you'll actually in real time edit this for yourself, okay? So we're going to call this photo 2 for right now and activate it. We'll turn off the previous couple photo. This is already melting my heart. And what text are we going to do? So what I'm going to do 2 versions of text here. So this text is going to say, heaven sent on the wings of love. Okay, so that's one. And then I'm going to duplicate this so that basically I just have 2 options ready to go. Let's duplicate this group. And what did we say we were going to use for the other expression? I think it was something like, I wear my heart on my shirt, or my heart is on this shirt, something like that. But let's see if we can figure something else out, because I can't remember exactly what it was. So whoever is here right now and can come up with the best expression for this to be just the kind of cutesy, if you think of Valentine's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, anything love related, celebratory, what would be a good expression for this design? And if I use your expression, then you will get the template for free. So now it's time to make your brains work. Mine's been working all day. So I'm sure yours have too. But this gives y'all an opportunity to help give some input for me. Okay, and then I'm going to turn off the smart color and just go ahead and edit this with the holographic theme. And then I have to turn off this black and white here. So if you're going to use the recolor the background, you're going to have to turn this black and white on, because that's what's going to kind of recolor the background image. And something else is coloring right now that I didn't want to. Let me see if I can. Oh, you know what? I put the wrong. I think I put the wrong black and white on. What did I do? Smart colors on. Black and white is off. Yeah. I have a gradient. Is it that gradient field that's not turned on? That's on. That's on. I didn't hit something. This is what I do to myself. Let me make sure. So my smart color is transparent. There's nothing showing. Why is the sky gray right now? Let's see. I probably have so levels. Black and white should only be going onto the hands. All right, let me figure this out. You just right click on the artboard, then I can see everything that I'm touching. There's a black and white there. Oh, do I have more than one black and white on for this background? But this is a black and white that I need on. And this color mode is probably on, let's see, it's on darken. I'm going to change it to color. I must have changed that blend mode somehow. Let's give it a second to update. I don't know what I did. I think I changed the blend mode of that, but that lets you know that blend modes matter. It has taken forever. And like I said, I don't know if it's because I'm streaming the video, but whenever I am updating this here, it's giving me a little hassle. So what I may do for this layer here, that's my gradient fill. And this is just an optional one that you can do within here, but I also want to make sure I have that saved. Come on, Photoshop. Come on, baby. Make sure I have that saved as a gradient. I close out this folder because it was not supposed to go in there. And if you have the folders closed and you scroll down, it will automatically pop up here towards the bottom. All right, so just saving that gradient. And like I said, you might want a different blend mode. If you liked how it looked with the darker colors there, then you can choose a different blend mode. Screen is one of the ones that lightens it up. But if you like more of those bold colors, like I think that looks really pretty, kind of more pastel. But you just play with these blend modes. Overlay is going to be more of a stronger color. So it kind of multiply and overlay are my go-tos when I need a little bit of strength and a darkness to the color. And then screen and what's the other one? Screen and lighten are the ones that I go to where I want it to kind of look washed out and just kind of take on the lights in the image rather than the darks in the image. Of course, I show y'all that I use color and hue all the time. Hue is the one that's going to keep your blacks and your whites. That's why it's not coloring right now, because I have a black and white layer underneath it. But hue will keep the black and whites and only color the colored parts of the image. Color will recolor everything with only the color that you have selected. So it will not, if it has black and white in the image, it's going to recolor that part of the image with the colors here. So you see how that looks a lot more intense. So this is really going to give you some, some playtime here. All right, so I've got that one on screen. And screen looks a little too cotton candy for me. Let me put it on lighten. Gave me a little more, little deeper color. There we go. All right, so that would be that color scheme. And then we said we were going to change out the hands here to the smart color. We talked about the smart color already. Oh, my heart in human form. Oh, I like that. Oh, yeah, I have some good ones here. My heart, my love, my all. I will hold you in my heart until I can hold you in heaven. Just a mom in love with her boy. Oh, love you forever. So y'all have some good ones here. So let me see. I like my heart in human form. It seems a little odd, but I like it because I haven't seen that. So I think that will make this stand out. Let's do, let's change the text for our second one. So all I'm going to do is just replace the text here. And then we can even take off the wings of love. Some people are probably gonna look at this like, what? But it's different. I like it. I like it. And y'all came up with it, so I like it even better. Right now I am resizing this, and hopefully my little smart color feature that I made is resizing right along with that. And we shall see in just a moment, because we're going to implement the recolor. All right, so that just resized. And then I'm looking for, I'm going to grab my hand here. Let's turn on our skin tone now. All right, so we have our brown skin that we kind of modeled after his skin. So of course you can change the skin tone however you want. Pick colors from a photo is my best suggestion, and kind of play with the levels as well. And then let's go ahead and change our color now. Double click to change the color, and I'm going to go with the little gradient one that we did before. And this time, instead of doing the radial, I'm going to, let me duplicate it. I'm going to do, instead of the linear, let's do, I passed it. Let's do the angle. Right now, in order to get it to start and finish at the same location, I swear I see the checkerboard through this. And I'm not tripping. Let me leave this alone. All right, so let's make it start and it looks like it does start and finish, but I do see a little bit of harshness there, and that's why I feel like it has like some opacity issue somewhere, because I can see, and maybe it's just on my screen, I see like this harsh line here. And it does indeed start and finish with the same color. There we go. Looks like right here is where I am seeing. No, it says 100% opacity up here too. All right, well, I guess it's just my display messing with my eyes. Oscar. So Oscar, what color scheme would you want for your image? Because that's your beautiful photo for the first part of the image. So let me know what color scheme you want, and I'll go ahead and kind of make that color scheme as well. All right, so here we are. This one is the radial or the angle, and this one is the linear. Let's see how the angle looks. And of course, it's monochromatic. So let's see. I might do, because in his outfit, he has this cool little plaid on, and it has like navy blue and a little white with it. I might show you that too. All right, so let's see. With these little owls. And of course, you have elements that you can take off, like you can take off the hands, because I didn't know how creepy the hands were going to be, but I thought they would be different and something you all might appreciate. So y'all let me know for real what y'all think about these hands. All right, so hands are there. Oh, I said I would show you what this colorway looks like, navy blue. I'm going to go ahead and drag his image in again so I can kind of pick the colors from his little outfit and drag them above the top there. All right, so this time with the gradient, I'm going to add blue for one of my color stops. And it looks almost black. Maybe it is black. Is that black? Well, let's pretend it's navy blue because I really wanted it to be navy blue. So I can show you how you can do color themes based on, color themes that obviously already exist. So I'm bringing that navy blue in a little bit there. Then I might even bring it in here. Just to kind of see how that spices it up a little bit. And you know what I should have done? I should have done this as a duplicate, but now you have both. So, let me show you what happens. I'm going to hit yes just to show you what happens. If you try to recolor something with his image in there, then it's going to use that image to kind of recolor some stuff, which is great if you're doing a pattern, hint, hint. So some of you might be doing, some different kind of fills or maybe some grunge effects and that sort of thing, and see how now his image is in there, but this also makes it a larger file because it has a huge photo there. So let's double click. I'm going to go ahead and take his photo off. I'm going to delete it. And then we'll hit yes here. Let's update those colors. Well, that's awesome, Oscar. So since you like all of the colors are going to come with the template. You'll have the full editable version of this file. And let's see here. So it recolored the My Heart. Oh, this little one, he's so adorable. All right, and then here's the thing too, if you want the image to pop out of the heart, I was going to show y'all that. It's not necessary, but I might as well show you. All right, so right now I'm going to Control T. I'm going to make him a little bit bigger. and it looks like you like literally just hold them right there. All right, and then you have the option to just kind of pull it on top of the heart a little bit. If you pull it on top of the heart will still look glassy, and you'll see the image kind of popping through there. But you may just want to take the same image, I'm going to alt click and drag it below. So I have the full image underneath. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the opacity of the top layer. Right, and then I'm going to link the top and bottom photo because I want them to move together. So I'm going to control click, get that photo there. And the only thing is I just don't like that. I don't like cutting off faces. So if it was just like the body, I would be cool with this. But because it's his little face too, I'm struggling over here. So I'm going to control T, and it should turn both of these at the same time. I'm going to reduce it just a little bit. Then that way I can make his face kind of pop out of the heart if you so desire. And of course we can move the heart and all that down too, just a little bit. So if you did want to get like his whole little outfit, you were definitely able to do that there. With his little shoes. Y'all know I'm pressing it because I'm not supposed to be bringing anything that I don't mind getting cut off above this little line right here. So I am definitely trying it by putting, top of his head outside of this print safe in text and photo safe area. But I just wanted to let you know, if you wanted something to pop out the heart a little bit, this isn't probably the best presentation of that. But if it was something that made it to where you wanted to see more of the face in the heart and then something pops out, you definitely have that option. All right. So little one, I'm going to bring you back down here. And control T, I'm going to resize them down a little bit because I want them inside the heart. I think it looks better. There are going to be some instances where you want things to pop out. There it goes, right there in the middle. Now for this one, because I can tell that he's kind of, his feet are hanging off down there, I'm going to turn off the hands. Let's turn off the hands. And that's what it looks like without the hand. So it still looks really good. Let's see for the confetti here. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is put my smart color here for the area down here. And then I'm going to do a different smart color for the confetti, because I think the confetti can stand out a little bit more too if I choose a different blend mode. Let's see. Oh, it's going to take forever again. I'm sorry. And then I'm going to right click and create a clipping mask so it just applies to that. And I can't remember what blend mode I had it on. I think it was color. All right, so then you have the option to change these individual layers, but they will all change consistently. This smart color needs to change the absolute background. And all of these layers will affect the cloud background. Create a clipping mask. And in order for this one to recolor the holographic version down here, we will need to add a black and white layer. So let's add black and white there. Then it will successfully recolor that bottom part of the image. Only thing you have to remember is to turn. So that made it a little harder because we can't recolor those individually, but then we have to turn the black and white layer off every time. And I know what'll happen. Y'all will be asking me why I want the color change, and it'll be because that black and white layer is on there. So I'm going to take it back to where it was simpler with one layer that just kind of recolored, and you had the optional layer to darken it above that bottom part. I gotta remember where I basically stopped. Layer order. Here we go. All right, and the levels are there so you can change the clouds, but I don't think we need them because the clouds pretty much came out pretty good. We already changed those levels. So I think that's it. Let me know if I missed something or you want to see something while y'all have this live. So this, what I just demonstrated tonight is for, I forgot to tell y'all, we're going to do our own mask. So this is the mask that I created for this template. I'm going to go ahead and activate it right now so you see what it looks like. You are going to create your own mask in that class. Okay, and we'll be using the brush tool as well as one existing layer mask. I'm going to show you how basically the same way that I did it. So I want you all to be comfortable with that technique, and then you'll get to see, okay, well, my full on all over shirt design can also be transformed to 13 by 19 in a way that doesn't look like I just cut it out of some opaque transfer paper and ironed it onto the shirt. So you have some, artistic way of cutting off these edges, even when you have to do 13 by 19. All right, and I did want to show you, we can change the blend mode of this background area. If you so choose, right now that is on color, but feel free to play with these different blend modes. I'm going to go ahead and turn back on the background right now. I'm going to disable the layer mask so we can see if I really wanted those intense colors, I just choose different blend modes. Okay, and even with the same blend mode, you can play with the opacity. Now I don't see the clouds, or maybe you don't, even need to see the clouds there. Then you can bring the opacity all the way up. And of course, let's see what we have here. We have our little blings hanging out. You know what? I think I forgot to put my blings on both sides of the wing, so this is excellent. This will remind me to put the blings on the other side. I'm going to bring back my wing accents. And I'm just going to take all of this, group it, We'll call this the bling right. And then we're going to duplicate this whole folder. And because I'm trying to keep this file smaller, I am going to merge this group. And then I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to call this bling left. So this is me cleaning the file up for you all. And then I'm going to Control T to transform it. I'm going to flip it horizontal. And then I'm going to move it, but I'm going to hold down Shift while I'm moving it. That way what I just did, I duplicated it and I flipped it, mirror imaged it. And then I'm going to pull these two blings right now into the wing accents folder. Now there they go. Okay, so that makes more sense. And then what I'll do for this folder is, I think I'm going to leave the holographic flare effects there because you can use those effects on other things as well. All right. So let's bring back. I just like the clouds white. I don't really like the clouds colored. Let's see what I say we're gonna bring back. Bring back the wings now. Let's change out the image. Let's bring back the wings. And now we have the same image that we had before. We had the holographic look to it. Now it has the deeper multiplied color scheme going on in the back here. And you can also choose things like lighter color, darker color, linear burn. Like I said, this is going to be where you all have fun and create your own variations. And like here, remember with the soft light, I said it kind of made things more pastel. And then you have your harder color image to the bottom, which is where we use the multiply. So yeah, I think y'all are gonna have fun with this. Ooh, that linear light. No, what was the linear light? Was that vivid light? It took a while for it to show. It looked really nice. I liked it. That wasn't it either. Must have been, was it soft light or hard light? Soft light. No, I lied. What is it? It's like clicking on it, but then I'm going too fast. Okay, so I like hard light. That's cool. Then I can take the opacity down if I want to. Cool stuff. So like I said, there's so many different options here. It is ridiculous, but I think it's going to be fun. So now I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I change this back to the holographic version. And then also we can turn off the skin tone and it will make the skin tone either the smart color or we can turn it off and let it be black and white. Or you can turn off the whole folder for the hands and take them completely out. All right, so I think we've done enough to this to make it more complicated than it has to be. You know, I'm always Going to give you a little something extra. The words, we can switch those back out now. All right, that's it. That's it. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab some screenshots as I do these variations so that I can get ready to create the mock-up for the class. So y'all are welcome to hang out with me. Let me know if you have any questions, any input. This is going to be, it'll be a template, but it will also be a class. So the way I'm going to structure things now is, to kind of give the benefit to making sure we build out the academy. So this is going to be in the academy. And if you want to purchase a template, you can. For those of you who know just how to use my templates, you may purchase it through the academy and you don't have to have a membership. For those of you who have a membership, it will automatically unlock for you in your given time, or you can purchase it early for either the 75% discount or the 67% discount. So that way the members can kind of get the templates with the class at a discount if they want to unlock them early. Or of course, if you're a live or if you're a VIP member, you can attend the live class at no additional cost to you, as long as you attend the live. And then anyone else that's a member, you can use your coupon code once that live class has been recorded and uploaded. And even if you're not a member, you can always purchase that a la carte, okay? So meaning that you can purchase the template in the class by itself. All right, so let me go ahead and grab some screenshots here, kind of see what we have going on. Let me do a different color scheme for this one because I'm going to use this one for the little one. And if this worked right, then all I have to do is kind of switch out these colors and I will have several different quote unquote versions of this template. That way, if people, sometimes people need to see exactly what they need. It doesn't take you forever and a day to modify the mock-up to give them an idea of what they need. Let's see, this one. I'm going to change the blend mode. Was it the blend mode? Oh, no, it's on this one. So this blend mode change is taking forever. I just want it to be a little more bold when I show it on a shirt, but of course you can use the lighter ones. I'm going to use one pastel one though. So I'm going to save that for web. This is going to take forever. All right, so we have one version. I'm going to go ahead and turn these off so that I can get the holographic version. So I know it's going to be somebody to ask me how to get to the holographic version. You're going to have to turn off from the smart object layer, turn off all layers and turn off this black and white layer on the background here. Nope, not that one. That's what I did last time. I forgot which one. It's this one above the background layer. It's just weird because you don't see the colors right up underneath the smart color. And then this should bring me back all the way to my holographic version. So I'm going to save this one. Yes. Now, and anyone that's on Facebook in the future, when this goes live on the Facebook group, you probably want to join over at the YouTube version of this if you can, because it'll let me be able to see your name when you do it on Facebook. I can't see your name, and I may not see your comments. So if it seems like I'm ignoring your comments, I'm not. It's just that the way this streams only lets me see all of the YouTube and some of the Facebook comments. Okay. So if you're a member, you will get this template automatically, but this will be class number 124. So let me see if I can work while I type. Y'all know I'm not a multitasker. Nope. So yeah, I almost saved over my image there. Let me put a little 2 at the end or something. So if you're a member, you're going to get course number 101 to 104 unlocked immediately. 124 is going to unlock 20 weeks. So it takes 7 days to unlock a new file. So every 7 days that you stay a member, you're going to unlock a new file, unlock a new class. So if you don't want to wait those 20 weeks, then with your membership, you have a coupon code that you can use, and you can unlock this. If you're a $60 member, you use your 75% off code, and the template will end up being $7.50. If you are a $30 member, you use your coupon code for 67% off. It ends up being $9.90. Okay, so that's just one of those incentives to being a part of the Academy. Now, if you don't want to be a part of the Academy and you just want to purchase it outright, the pre-recorded classes are $30. But literally, it has us working through each of the steps. It has students working through it. So it doesn't just look easy when I do it. You actually see your cohorts performing everything that needs to be done. So you are, rest assured that you can do it too. Okay. And that's how we're going to be setting up things for the future. So if you want to buy the template outright, definitely you will have the option to do that. They're just going to be within the Academy, and they're going to be $30. When I do flash sales in the future, I will do flash sales on the Academy once we get that rolling. So thank you, Natural Virgo. Yeah, this holographic look, when I was searching through those images, this one right here kind of spoke to me. So I think that now the holographic look in general, whether you use the hearts, the wings or not, I think that's going to be a dope like theme for something else. So I probably will do another holographic setup, maybe for a little bit different theme, birthday or something like that. Okay, so that one's done. Now, let's see, let's go to the next smart color. We're going to go ahead and do our, oh, you know what I meant to do before I change the smart color? I want to turn on the layer mask so I can snap a picture of the image that doesn't have to be all over, because some people think that all over templates are, just for all overs, and really they're very versatile. I just make them, I try to design something once and then modify that one thing. And if we learn anything in designing this type of material, we learn that we want to make work as easy as possible. So I'm actually going to turn off this top layer too. And then I'm going to export this as a PNG this time. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just going to multiply it on top of the shirt. I don't know why I'm tripping. But yeah, if you wanted it not to have the background, you would export it as PNG. I'm just going to simply apply it on my little mock-up. And my mock-up, I'll just hit multiply, and then I won't have to worry about whether the background's in it or not. So 1, 2, and then, why do I keep doing that? And then I'll do the fourth one. We'll do our little one. We'll change the color here to his color. And this is another one where we are going to practice going from the all over to the 13 by 19. So you're going to create your own mask, and then we're going to convert it to a 13 by 19. So this is if that was one of the things that kind of gets you hung up the most. We're going to tackle that in this class. And we have tackled that in plenty of the Facebook videos and also in class before, but I know some of us just need a little bit of reiterating some of those topics, and then y'all have it. Let's see, we're going to change out the photo. So I'm going to go to the photo 1. I'm going to switch it out for photo 2. And then I'm going to take off the wings and also the little, I guess I don't have to take off the wing effects. It can just look like the heart. You know how they have like the heart with the flames and stuff? That could very well be the same thing. You know what I forgot to do for my holographic wings? Yeah, I forgot to turn on the holographic effect on top of the wings, but I'll go back and do that later. Let's go ahead and I'm going to take off, or now I'm going to leave the hands on and recolor them, or what? Let's recolor. And then we're going to change out the text here. Oh, this is too cute. I'm going to turn on the white background just so we can see what's going on here. Oh, this looks so cute. I think I do like the little flames coming out of there. So that one will be a 13 by 19. I'm going to export that one. All right, so I think that's all my mock-ups, well, my images I need for my mock-ups right now. Oh, a unicorn themed birthday shirt. Don't do that, Natural Virgo. Don't do it. Okay, well, I tell you what. That might be a next one to do. And then that way I can focus on doing a different layer mask for you all. So I want to really build out these layer masks. I think that they give you a lot of options when it comes to clipping your images and just having something different that everybody else doesn't have. And I want to continue to help y'all build on that. And of course, we can take the hands out. And this is where I say I can't even begin to show you all the different variations and things that you can do, because it is literally like endless options. All right, so I was also going to go over this week. So this Sunday, we are going to build our Shopify site. So I'm going to have to record that in the morning because I'm already getting a little sleepy. And I don't want to do that one where I miss any details. So tomorrow, what is a good time for you all in the comments that are attending the class to do your Shopify stores? What is a good time to go over just, what I expect for you to have done for homework? It should be already done because I've gone over what courses that you need to have done in order to do this particular Shopify store. But just to make sure, I wanted to make sure everyone has their images ready to go. I want to make sure that that any links that you need and that sort of thing, you have them already typed up and ready to go. Hey, Rona. Yes, we're testing out this thing called StreamYard. And anytime you see a live video on Facebook, I want y'all to check and come on over to YouTube instead, because then I can see your comments. So I don't know if that was you commenting. It just says like Facebook user. So I don't know if there's one person or different people commenting. And then some people comments don't get put on here at all. So the YouTube version shows all the comments. The Facebook version is selective for some reason. So I'm glad to see you, and I'm glad to know that you were hanging out over there on the Facebook side watching us. So yeah, let me know what's a good time. Anyone that's here right now that is doing the class on Sunday on doing your websites. And I'm just going to do a little refresher here. Let me go to the Academy and show you all what you need to have done, just in case if we don't get started till later, you already know what you need to have done. Okay, so let's go to, these are the pre-recorded classes, or if you attended the live classes, then you already have these done. But for your 122, you can have 3 variations of images or, shirt designs, okay? Now, with those 3 variations, you need to make sure that you also have your 3 changes of that. If you're not going to have any changes, then that's great. It'll be even simpler. So if you just have an image that you're going to offer on a shirt and you're using your mock-up, great. Let's say, for instance, I'm going to offer this congrats grad in yellow to pink. I'm going to offer it in purple to gold, etc. Then those will be your color changes, but you can only have 3 color changes max. Now, what you do on your own time after class, you can max it out, baby. I want you to have fun with that, but it is going to take some time, because every variation you have to, number one, create a screenshot or the image here for it, and then you have to upload that as an item, as a whole SKU onto the store. So I want you to be aware of that. So 3 items, 3 color variations for each of those items tops. Okay, and I already did this as my watch me work. So if you want to watch that video and work, if you have not already done this, watch that video, and while I do the watch me work, y'all go ahead and watch yourselves work too and get those images done, because you're going to need them for class. Same thing with this one. You're going to need this completed. So whatever your color scheme is going to be, whatever your images that you're going to replace in here, have them done. We will not have time in class. As a matter of fact, all of these will be exported into a little folder that that will say these are your banners. It's your banner folder. This is your mock-up folder. And then we're going to go through the process of setting up the Etsy, not Etsy, I'm sorry, the Shopify store. Which these same way you set up the Shopify store is similar to how you set up the Etsy store. Okay, so you're going to have banners, you're going to have the mock-ups, you're going to have the options for what a customer can choose as far as the size of the shirt, the colors, etc. So we're going to do all of that. All right, so let me know good time tomorrow. We can go ahead and get it with early in the morning, or do you need time to get these 2 things done so that by the time we talk about what we're doing for class, all it is me just going over how we're going to use these elements. That's it. So that is this Sunday, which is the 21st. To let you know also, the 27th, those of you who wanted to do the split template and a live class where we physically press these shirts, we physically print them out, we physically tile them on the computer, print them out, trim them, tape them up, and press them on the shirts. If you want to do that class, then we're going to have this course as a live course on this Saturday. All right, so I will be doing a video probably tomorrow to let you know what all you need. You need your board, you need some butcher paper, and of course, your 13 by 19 paper. If you want to do the 13-inch roll media for this class, then make sure that you have your roll media ordered and available, and that will be an opportunity for me to show you how to use your roll media. Okay, but we will be literally and physically putting these together in a live class, and that'll be Saturday. Sunday is where we're going to do this course next Sunday. So we are action packed. We are on a roll. Things that you all are telling me that you need, I'm really listening to and doing my best to create products and tools that get you where you need to be for business. Okay. All right, so y'all getting quiet on me. I don't know if y'all tired yet, but my voice is a little tired. I'm gonna go ahead and work on my mock-up while I wait to see if y'all have any questions coming through. I'm gonna go ahead and work on that. So I know, Erica, you're on here. You're probably tired too, love. The names I know who came up with the text. So we have Mary Sanders has the image. Oscar had an image. And then we had two folks come up with the text that go on the shirt. So I have Finding Her Way, and I can't remember who did the one last video. But so there should be 4 people that get this template for free. All right, let me go ahead and, y'all don't mind me, I'm just going to be updating this for the next class. Hello, my love. That's Corey commenting. So Corey, for because you will be doing the Shopify site, correct? Natural Virgo, the class for tomorrow. No, there's no class tomorrow. The class is on Sunday, and that's the one where we are doing the Shopify store. The one that we're doing the print, press, print, cut, and press, all of that is going to be on the 27th. So that's next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday. So to give you time to make sure that you got your board from Home Depot or Lowe's, that you have your butcher paper, you have enough paper to print, because we may go through a few sheets just depending on your printer and whatnot. So want to make sure that everybody has their adequate supplies. And then the only other thing you're going to need is some tape. As a matter of fact, regular old masking tape. It's less expensive than using up all that heat tape. So we are able to do that. And you want to have 36-inch roll butcher paper. As a matter of fact, if you go to the class for the 13 by 19, even if you have never purchased this, you won't have to. If you've never purchased the all over split template, I will be including it with the all over course for those who've never done the all over course before. Okay. Now, if you Let's see here. If you have this, then you already have all of the templates that you need to go ahead and have this set up and ready. But we're still going to work at the same pace. So even if you have your artwork ready, and even if you have it spliced up, ready to print, we're still going to work through the steps together, okay? So you'll see here, does it tell you? I thought I made this. I didn't. Oh, preview. Here you go. So for the PDF, the reason why I made this viewable so that you know, PDF. Okay, so I guess you have to download it to see it. Let me just show you. So if you download that, it's going to tell you everything you need now. Yes. So this is the your 13-inch sublimation printer is what's required. Of course, the preferred ink is True Colors. If you have True Colors, then great. If you don't have True Colors, there is going to be time for you to order it. We have a sale going on that will start definitely Monday. It will end Monday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I think we're going to rev it up sometime tomorrow, just like randomly, just to give you all a head start. So that you can go ahead and order your True Colors ink if you haven't already. You will need 13 by 19 sublimation paper, and I'll update this to also say that you can use the roll media if you have the roll media. You're going to need scissors. You can also use a cutting mat, an X-Acto knife, a rotary cutter, some more advanced tools. I just wanted to keep it simple. Paper, scissors. You're going to need one shirt, either a small, medium, or large polyester shirt. I'm not picky about which shirt brand that you use. My preference is the Jersey's 21M. You can usually find those on Jiffy Shirts real quick, Sanmar, Alpha Broder. All of the major shirt suppliers are going to carry that brand. If they don't have the size or the style shirt that you want, just pick a polyester shirt. You may have to go with a Cricut brand or a Sublavie brand. The different brands can cause issues with pressure. So try to choose a shirt that you're going to continually use. That way you're getting the most out of this class, okay? You're going to need the hardboard, and I tell you, basically to cut it out in these dimensions. So I tell you to cut out a 44 by 36 inch version, and then you'll have some excess. Tell them to cut that excess to 44 by 50, and then you'll have that big board for whenever you need to do the 4X and 5X shirts, okay? So that'll come in handy. I don't use the big board unless I'm doing 4X and 5X shirts because it is really huge. It's hard to maneuver around. You got heat tape. You want to have heat tape, and then also you can have the spray adhesive. I think last time we did it without spray adhesive, but the spray adhesive kind of gives it a little tack and stays in place. Also, masking tape, which you can get from the dollar store. Don't try to get any fancy masking tape. And of course, butcher paper is what we're going to use to kind of take care of the overprint and bleed. Okay, so it's really not that much. I just want to make sure that you have enough time to get your supplies, and then the only other thing that we're doing is setting up the tile template. Okay. So all of this really needs to be done ahead of class. This is going to be a really intense class because some of it's on the computer, some of it's printing, some of it's us physically cutting, taping, and pressing. So it's a long class. So everybody needs to come prepared and ready to work. And it's going to be a small class because it is so intense. So once I set this one up, it is going to be open first come, first serve basis. And once the seats are filled up, we're not going to accept any more seats for that. And we may do this one again next month at the end of the month. So this may be a class that we do at the end of the month just for those who are new, wanting to learn how to do the all over with the split template and a 16 by 20 press. All right, so Yep, 40 by 40 is a good size too. The only reason why I say do the 36 by 44 is because that's the size sheets that when I do the full size prints, that's the size sheets that I send you. So your board is the same size as your paper, which makes it really easy to line it up. And so that's just my little preference there. Then that way you can also have your 36-inch butcher roll paper cut to the size that we need to, which is 36 by 44. No problem. So we have a lot going on, and I'm gonna do better to make a calendar of events that are going on and classes that are going on, so you all know ahead of time. Right now, I'm just playing by ear as far as what I think you all want to see, what you're requesting. I have to have enough material ahead of time to create the classes ahead of time. So this week, fortunately, I know what we're going to do for next week because we started with the request already. Okay. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and do this mock-up while you all ask any questions you may have. Let's see, image here. All right, let's see, next image. Replace this one. All right, so 1, 2, and then I have one more mock-up I can pull in. Let's choose the blend mode as multiply. Turn off the existing image. And Control T to transform that. Actually, you know what? I may. Now, this mock-up thing here is, I have the mock-up version of this as a download for the Innate Lab as a template. So maybe I will do it for the Academy. Yeah. Corey, you're all out of your 13 by 19, but you have some roll media coming in too. So let's see here. I was going to change this to 124. What are we doing for this class? So we're doing a custom art mask and colors. We'll keep it simple. All right, what are we doing for this? Of course, we got to change our bullet points here. We'll do a photo change. So this one is going to be a single photo, even if it's multiple people in the photo, just one photo. We'll work on a color change. We're going to do, the big deal with this one is that we're going to make our own custom, and I call it a mask, but you all may know it better. It's like a frame. So I'm going to call it a frame mask, just so that you'll know what a mask is. Let's see, we're going to add our text. Of course, you're going to get the template for free and add our own image. We said that. So here, instead of photo change, I'm going to do smart color change. So I don't know if this term has already been coined, but if not, I'm coining it the smart color. So the smart color change is going to be a game changer for us, so that when we do have a template or a setup, we can change things pretty much universally. All right, this looks a little off. Let me move this over a little bit. So you can kind of tell what it says from the left to the right. And let's move this one. I guess it's fine. All right. I'm going to change the color with this one. Ooh, I'm going to use my holographic colors. Yes. All right. And we'll pick one of those colors for the bullet points. Boom. And we're done. Make sure, Erica have to tell me, sometimes I forget to change my numbers here. So this is 124 and we're good. All right, so I will have this one up early. So those of you who may want to go ahead and enroll in this class, you can. This will be up by tomorrow. So this is going to be the class for next Sunday, though. That mock-up, Rona, I'll show you where. It's on Innate Lab, so it'll be on sale. And also make sure that y'all have your affiliate links, so that if you share with people where to buy the templates or anything like that, use your affiliate link. Just kind of type in the word mock. See what I get is this one here. So I've kind of made mine a little more square and it has more shirts on it, but you can duplicate this. What it does is it kind of wraps the shirt around the contours, or wraps the design around the contours of the shirt. And then you have a few different background ideas. So we have that mock-up. And then, of course, if you want to mock up too, y'all know 122 comes with the Academy. And if you have access to that one, that's a mock-up as well. So I may do this one as a class, but I would probably do some additional products or something to add to it. I don't like just doing a class that's straight up what a template is. I want to have something in there that makes you kind of work a little harder. All right, so yeah, so you have this template one too. So you have that one is a little more 3D and this one is more flat. Yes, Corey, I got you on that one. So this one's done. As a matter of fact, just message Erica for me so that when I do the free template access, y'all are going to be the ones with the early access. So you'll have access to the template before the class even opens up. You and the others who contributed to the template. Yes, Jen, for the 44 for the large size print, yes, I use a 44-inch printer, and I have it converted with the inks, and those will be on sale too. Whatever we have in stock in inventory, and I may even have to go get some of my inventory from Tallahassee to make it work for you all, because I know this sale is a pretty big deal, but this is, I'm trying to show you, this is the conversion kit for that 44-inch printer. And these are the inks I use, the cartridges, maintenance carts, and then these are the chips that you have to replace whenever it feels like the ink cartridge is empty. You have to replace the chips. You can't just take it out and put it back in like some of the smaller cartridges. So great question. And everything on the website for those who may not be familiar with the fact that we're having a sale, it starts officially on Monday, but I will open it up sometime on Sunday. I won't tell you. I'm just gonna, let it happen, and then Erica will give y'all not a heads up. She'll give you a warning that it's open, uh, open season. So everyone can purchase then, and it will give you an opportunity to get anything, including templates, ink, blanks for 50% off. And that is our our stimulus deal to help everybody get rolling for this year, and also to say thank you for all the support that we've had throughout this. It's been a year now, so thank you all, and you deserve it. And I hope you all get to order all your heart's desire, and we'll be fulfilling those orders this week. Awesome, awesome. And check on this printer too, the T7270. It's available some places, not available other places. It might even be shown as out on the Epson website, but just check individual retailers for this printer, and it's a pretty powerful thing when you can skip up to this printer. The retail price right now, I think it's anywhere from $3,800 to $4,200 for the printer. And if you get the conversion kit, I think I was showing you all earlier, the conversion kit without the discount is like $690, pretty much $700. So you get it for less than $350, and you can convert a less than $4,000 printer. So if you can get that printer for $3,800 and add $400 or $350 worth of the ink, cartridges, chips, etc., and have a full ready to go setup, then you're looking at an all over printing setup for under $4,500. So that's a pretty big deal, I would say. And the same thing with those who, even if you're not going large format, these inks are 127 milliliters. There's more ink in these bottles than your standard 100 milliliter bottles that you purchase. And they happen to have the Eco Tank tip on them. So all you have to do is unscrew them, take off. You don't even have to take off any kind of seal. It's just like a little, it's not even adhesive seal. It's just like a little seal that's just in place. Just move that out the way, turn it upside down, and it's going to fill up your eco tank. If you're doing the cartridges are even going to be half off. So you can do the set that comes with the cartridges, and then you can also add an additional set of cartridges. Is my recommendation. You should always have a set of empty cartridges just on standby. And that's from a lot of heartache caused by not having those on standby. The socks are going to be on sale. Those are usually a pretty big deal because they have the inserts already in them. So you don't have to worry about stretching them out on anything. They're ready to press. And once they press, they're ready to go to the customer. You don't even have to remove the inserts. If you want to, you can remove them and reuse them. It's totally up to you. So that, and then the graduation stoles are, it's coming about time to get ready for graduation. And these were really, really popular last year. We ran out of them. They're going to be 50% off. So I want you all to take advantage of this really, slim opportunity to get 50% off. Like I said, this is a thank you to you all because it doesn't benefit us much to do 50% off because it really cuts off that profit margin, but it allows us an opportunity to give back, for you all to try out these products, for you to rave about these products and share your promotion code, share your affiliate code, and then it works full circle. So we get new customers, you get customers, your commission grows, your understanding grows, because once you start teaching people stuff, you have to be more of an expert to share that. So all the way around, we end up working with and for one another. For the all over the printer, I'll go back to it. It is the SureColor. Let me go back. Oh, where is it? Here we go. It's a T7270. So if you look up T7270, it's a SureColor T7270. And let me see. It's looking like right now, ooh, somebody got it for, they charging shipping, but that's not bad. Somebody has it for 31. Let's see what's going on with it. See if this is a legit website. I have not seen this website before. If this is the price and they're only charging $89 to ship this, I will call them and see if they really have this in stock. Okay. See if this is really in stock, because that is an excellent price to purchase it at. If you see, that's almost $600 to $700 difference from what everyone else is selling it for. But contact these manufacturers. Do not just order off of their websites, because a lot of times, like B&H Photo had this on back order for a long time and didn't tell people when they ordered that it was on back order until after. So looks like this is, I've ordered from B&H Photo. I've ordered from Adorama before. HP probably doesn't have them themselves. I have ordered from this printer from, I can't think of the company in Texas right now. Well, that probably wouldn't be a good place to order from. There are a couple in Florida, and I can't think of Mac Papers and one other one. But they had a different price. So you have to talk to these people and tell them, hey, I'm finding this printer online for $38.45. So if you have it in stock, I'll pay you that, but I'm not paying a dime more. Because there was one that I was going to order from here in Florida. They had the price tag of $44 on there, which is probably like one of these down here. And they were willing to take that down for me just to get the sale. So make sure that they have it in stock. See how long it will take them to get it to you. It requires a lift gate. It is a huge printer. So make sure that they include that price with the shipping, with the lift gate. Otherwise, you're going to have somebody with some really big muscles on the end of that printer when the delivery person comes to drop that off to you. Naturally, Virgo, if you have the Eco Tank 15,000, what I would suggest is that you're going to end up removing the ink. If you wanted to replace the ink, you'll remove as much ink as you can with the syringe, and you'll probably have to get you like an extra long syringe tip just so you can get down there and pull all the ink out. And you're not going to be able to get it perfect, but when you get the most that you can get out of there, then replace it with the new ink. But you'll be able to get almost all of it out with the syringe. Yes, Sharon, we have two graduation stole design templates. Let me just type in the word stole here and show you that. So these are the two styles that I have. I have one that I call this the solo design because this is a solo design because we kind of use that little 90s solo print inspiration. And then this one is the watercolor one. So we use the watercolor inspiration here, but both of these are, oops, that's the actual template. Those templates will be on sale tomorrow, so that'll be a good time to get them. And this is a mock-up plus a printable. Okay, so yes, you mock it up, but once you're done mocking it up, you get customer approval. You'll go into that smart object. You know, we love our smart objects. So you'll go into that smart object, and then you will be able to print from there. And there's a video on how to print from there. And all these videos are the ones that are free on YouTube. Go show your daddy. Okay. So, yeah, let me show you that video real quick too. You just type in the word stole. Let me pull this. youtube.com/Innate Lab. And we're just going to search for the word stole. All right, so this one's where I show you how to press it. This one is how to design it. I did show you how I did it from scratch too. And then this one is specifically how to print it, okay? So you have quite a few videos there, but just type in the word stole and you get some goodies there. And I even do an additional video where I show you some stuff that goes with the stole and how we kind of played with those cap toppers, socks, and the fans, okay? You are welcome, my love. All right, any other questions while y'all have me here? All right, my loves, what I understand is getting late, and I'm glad that you all spent the evening with me. I feel so special. I will check in with you all tomorrow for the Instagram class, Lord, the Shopify course. So I'll have the checklist ready, but you all know what you need to have ready. The only thing we're going to do tomorrow is just make sure that you have everything on the checklist ready to go. And on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will start that course. And next Saturday is the all over split template. That same weekend on that Sunday, because most of my students already, this is an exclusive class. So this is not included with the Academy courses that automatically unlock. It's pretty much its own standalone exclusive course. So I still am going to do a course on Sunday for the Academy members that will, you know, if you're a $60 member, you'll be able to attend it free. And then if you are a $30 member, you'll be able to use your 67% off discount code to do this class with me. Okay. All right, loves. Well, it has been a wonderful evening with you all. And I appreciate all your patience and your support. If y'all need anything, make sure that you join the Innate Creatives Facebook page, because that's where you want to put, if you have tech support issues or ink questions, all of that good stuff. We want to put it in one good place where we have solid information where we can all reference and keep things in one place, if that is at all possible. Makes life simpler, right? So the Academy is one link. That's where you sign up for the classes. The Innate Lab website, where you will purchase ink and some of the pre-made templates that have the free videos to them, not the classes. Those are on the innatelab.com website. And Erica will post those two links for you, so you'll have easy access to those. And I love y'all for real. It's been a one of those weeks. So I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. And until next time, bye. Good night, my loves.